Magsitayo po tayo para sa pambansang awit ng Pilipinas at sa panalangin.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ang sinanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukaw, may dinagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya na pag may mga apil, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ang panalangin ay pamumunuan ni Padre Primitivo E. Viray Jr. ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, pinuno ng Kapisanan ni Jesus sa Pilipinas.
Sa ngalan ng Ama at ng Anak at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Pagpapasalamat, katotohanan, katapangan. Mapagmahal at mapagkalingang Ama, lumalapit po kami sa inyo na ipagkaloob ang mga biyayang ito na hindi lamang para sa mga nagtatapos, kundi para sa aming lahat na naghahangad sumunod sa iyong kalooban. Una, pagpapasalamat. Ipagkaloob niyo po sa amin ang isang pusong laging marunong magpasalamat. Maraming salamat para sa lahat na magtatapos, sa kanilang mga magulang at mga lahat ng minamahal sa buhay. Maraming salamat sa mga guro, kawani ng Pamantasang ng Ateneo de Manila at ng lahat ng humuhubog sa kanila maging sa loob o sa labas nito. Higit sa lahat, maraming salamat sa inyo, Panginoon, sa patuloy na pagkalingat, pag-aaruga sa amin nitong nakaraang mga taon. Pangalawa, katotohanan. Patuloy naming hinihiling na ipagkaloob ninyo ang kakayahang maging laging bukas sa katotohanan. Ikaw ang nagbukas sa aming mga puso at isipan upang matuklasan kung sino kami at kung ano ang aming misyon sa buhay bilang mga Atenista. Patuloy niyong kaming biyayaan ng talas ng pag-iisip at laging piliin ang mga bagay na magsasakatuparan ng aming misyon, ang dalhin ang liwanag ng iyong katotohanan sa isang mundong nalilinlang at nababalot sa kasinungalingan at fake news, sa isang mundong nakakalimot sa mga taong tinatalikdan ng lipunan, sa mga naging biktima ng kasakiman, karahasan at kawalan ng katarungan. Ikatlo, katapangan. Panginoon, hindi namin kakayanin harapin ang bigat ng mga hamon at pagsubok sa nangyayari lalo na sa aming bansa ngayon at sa darating pang mga panahon. Kaya marapati ninyong ipagkaloob ang biyaya ng katapangan at paninindigan sa bawat isa sa amin. Ang katapangan na aming hiling ay iyong katapangan na ipinamalas ng iyong anak na si Jesus na nagsalita ng katotohanan sa mga may kapangyarihan ng mundo. Ang katapangan niya ang siya rin ang aming pinanghahawakan sa panahong ito. Dahil sa kanyang pagmamahal sa inyo, Diyos Ama, isinakatuparan niya ang inyong kalooban. Malaya niyang pinili ang ialay ang kanyang buhay alang-alang sa kanyang mga kaibigan hanggang sa kamatayan. Kung kaya, Ama naming makapangyarihan sa lahat at naghahangad ng katarungan, dumadalangin kami at naninikluhod sa inyo na ipagkaloob sa aming mga magtatapos at sa aming lahat ang mga biyayang ito. Pagpapasalamat, katotohanan at katapangan. Sa gitna ng matinding pagsubok ng pandemya at otoritarianismo, naway dahil dito maisakatuparan namin ang inyong kalooban sa pamamagitan ng pagtatanggol at pag-aaruga sa mga inaapi, inaalipustat, pinapatay. Lahat ng ito ay hinihiling namin sa pamamagitan ng iyong anak na patuloy na nakikiisa at nabubuhay sa mga paghihirap at pagdurusa ng iyong mahal na bayan. Amen. Sa ngalan ng Ama at ng Anak at ng Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Formal na pasisimulan ni Dr. Maria Luz C. Vilches, pangalawang pamulo para sa Paaralang Loyola, ang Palatuntunan.
Mga kaibigan, ngayong ika-24 na araw ng Oktubre, sa taon ng ating Panginoon, 2021, sa ika-162 taon mula sa pagtatatag ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila, sa harap ng pinuno ng kapisanan ni Jesus sa Pilipinas, tagapangulo at mga kasapi ng lupon ng mga tagapangasiwa ng Pangulo ng Pamantasan, sa harap ng ating mga panauhin, ng mga guro at opisyal ng administrasyon, alumni, magulang at mga kaibigan. Opisyal kong sinisimulan ang palatuntunan ng pagtatapos ng Paaralan ng Humanidades ng mga Paaralang Loyola ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila.
Ginagawad ngayon ang medalya ng pinakamataas na karangalan sa pagtatapos kay John Angelica T. Morales, Bachelor of Arts in Management Economics, magna cum laude. Pakinggan natin ngayon ang kanyang talumpati ng pamamaalam.
Reverend Father Primitivo E. Viray Jr., Superior of the Philippine Province of the Society of Jesus. Reverend Father Roberto C. Yap of the Society of Jesus, University President. Ms. Bernadine T.C., Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Ateneo de Manila University. Reverend Father Jose Ramon T. Villarin of the Society of Jesus, former University President and Baccalaureate Mass Homilist. Mayor Victor Maria Regis N. Soto, Mayor of Pasig City. Dr. Maria Lucy Vilches, Vice President for the Loyola Schools. Vice Presidents of the University, Deans, Administrators, Faculty, Professionals, and staff of the Loyola Schools. Parents, families, friends, fellow graduates. Good day. First off, heartfelt congratulations, Batch 2021. We made it. As cliche as it may sound, I think it's a beautiful and comforting phrase to hear today. Despite the extraordinary hurdles and challenges we've been through the past year, here we are, celebrating this great feat in our lives. And all this was made possible with the help of our devoted families, teachers, university administrators, professionals, and staff. Thank you as well to our frontliners, to our doctors, nurses, security guards, grocery staff, delivery riders, public servants, and many more frontliners who allowed their lives to go on while they risked theirs. Perhaps the great question that lies ahead of us today, with everything still going on, is this. What do we do now? To what purpose do we devote our lives? Imagine yourself leaving home, not knowing where to go exactly. In fact, Ateneo has been like a second home to us students for the past 4 or more years. And it is rather sad to bid it goodbye. While we may be leaving our beloved alma mater, enlightened by all it has taught us, it might also be true that we are leaving it somewhat lost, dazed, and confused because of the darkness that surrounds us. I vividly recall my first experience of darkness in college back in second year. I attended this NSTP recollection facilitated by Sir Cholo Santos of the Office of Campus Ministry. It was a very calming session until he asked us this question: what do you seek in life? At that point, I had nothing to say except happiness, genuine happiness. Then he started asking each one of us again, what steps are you taking to get there? At that time, I had this flashback moment of what I had been doing with my life. I wasn't so sure how to answer the question authentically because, truthfully, I really wasn't taking any conscious step toward what would make me genuinely happy. I remember the session ended with me sitting on the floor by the front right corner of the chapel, just crying as I struggled to write anything in my reflection journal. My heart was simply filled with anxieties and worries about where my life was headed. It felt like my life was surrounded by darkness, with no light to lead me where I wanted to go. But in that same year, through experiences and people I encountered, I found light and hope in chasing the happiness that I sought. I found light in seeing my org mates all work together beyond class hours at MVP. Not for a grade, but for a project we believe could create an impact in the lives of the people we were making it for. I found light in Princess, a kid from my Edge Partner community who, despite having only one cupcake for baon, offered me half a piece before we started discussing the lesson. I found light in Iva, who broke down during a central board meeting out of frustration, as well as in the members of our all-girl executive board who each had a share of burnout moments, but nevertheless got back up, knowing how important our work was to the community. I found joy while working with and for people towards a greater cause beyond ourselves. Fast forward to today, as we graduate into a world shrouded in darkness and chaos, surrounded by selfishness and injustice. The pandemic happened. Taal erupted. Typhoons like Ambo and Ulysses struck, disrupting, if not taking lives, and exposing faulty systems we had long taken for granted. Schools, work, and even transportation all stopped. But even then, life went on. Life went on because courageous people stepped up and became bearers of light. When darkness took over and no beam of light was in sight, they decided to be it. To be the light bearer, not only for themselves, but for the rest of the people around them who walked in darkness. Come to think of it, when we look back in our online college journey, we may not have even realized taking for granted the lights that kept us going. I saw light in our frontliners who worked day and night, sacrificing not only their time with their families, but their own lives to spearhead this battle against the virus. I saw light in Sir Bobby Guevara, Sir Raul Rodriguez, and every other professor who, despite their initial struggles with technology, learned, adapted, and still inspired each one of their students. I saw light in student leaders of all organizations this year who, despite this difficult online setup, pursued and continued to serve both the students and their communities. I saw light in Ate Jam and Ate Mitch and many other people I met at CYA who patiently answered all my questions about life, faith, and guided me towards strengthening my relationship with God, even in an online setup. I saw light in friends who would check up on us from time to time and become virtual shoulders to cry on during moments we'd feel so isolated from the world. I saw light in our commencement speaker today, Mayor Vico Soto, who continues to challenge society's norms in his efforts of genuinely and honestly serving the people. Addressing contractualization for around 100 Pasig City Hall employees, and standing up for the human rights of even the most marginalized of his constituents. I saw light in Miss Ana Patricianon, who first started the Community Pantry Initiative that sparked movement across the country. From a single bamboo cart outside her house to thousands of community pantries founded on the core principle, magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha batay sa pangangailangan. I saw light in Kuya Nelson Diaz, a taho vendor from Kawit, Cavite, who selflessly laid out a table of taho for a community pantry. I saw light in people, in communities that work together to make things easier and better for one another. I see light in people who choose to do and see things lovingly, even at such a dark and disquieting time. People who have unknowingly become pillars of hope in our lives by the choice they made to love, to be a light, and to share their light. And as we graduate today, the theme of our graduation in itself poses a challenge for us to be that source of change in the beleaguered world in which we live. Gawing buo ang bansa. Feels overwhelming, doesn't it? It could be daunting out there for graduating students like us to be sent off with such a great responsibility when we are still trying to learn from experience and are still discerning our life vocations. I'm pretty sure at some point you've asked yourselves too, how can someone like me, just me, make change happen? I will not deny having moments of self-doubt whenever I realize how seemingly small I am and that there's only so much I can do as one person. For all the Marvel fans out there, it's not like we have the Infinity Stones and Gauntlet with us to change the world in just one snap. But even then, we don't give up. This truth about our limitations shouldn't keep us from hoping. Rather, we should seek to do our best out of love for the people around us and for the God who loved us first and whom we serve. As Father Jet Villarin beautifully stated, and I quote, "Magis is a translation that while we never reach the summit, we keep on climbing. We may never reach the stars, yet we continue to look at them to guide our lives. And when we look up at the stars, I hope we see God smiling at us." End of quote. In moments when we realize how faint our spark of light is in a pitch black room, we do not put it out and deem it as useless. Rather, we use whatever light we have to illumine our paths or to pass on that same light to another and create a bigger one. Sabi nga ni Sir Jethro Tenorio, nag-iisa ka lang. Pero, hindi ka nag-iisa. You are one of a kind, and you have your own unique self, flame, and light to offer to the world. Realize as well that you are not alone. You have community, people around you with whom you could work in making a change and in getting out of the dark together. After all, we are both called to live with and for others. Timely enough today, we graduate close to election year, 2022. It is one opportunity for us to use that light we have within us, to choose the leaders who we could challenge and work with in forging a more just and sustainable future for all Filipinos. But it does not end there. Whatever happens from then on, the mission we carry with us today remains. And going back to the great question posed before us today, what do we do now and to what purpose do we devote our lives? I have nothing definite to say, even for myself, except looks in Domino. Light in the Lord through His people. Wherever you may find yourself, allow the Lord's light to be present in you and radiate it to illumine the lives of others as we journey out of this darkness together and beyond it. Dark as we may see the world, let us not be afraid. Let us not be afraid of journeying through the dark with whatever light we have. We can cry, feel lost, anxious and distressed. All of these feelings are valid, but let us not end there. Let us use these tears, experiences of darkness, feelings of frustration and anger to move and fuel us to get back on our feet, because we know we have something to offer to dispel the pains, the sorrows, and the darkness in the world we see today. In fact, for over 4 years, Ateneo has helped us discover and ignite this flame within each one of us. And it is now time we ask ourselves, how do we use this flame to set the world on fire? Magkakaiba man tayo ng mga landas na tatahakin, tulong-tulong pa rin nating buuin ang bansa sa pamamagitan ng dangal, integridad, katapatan, pagmamahal, at liwanag na tunay ng umiiral sa bawat isa sa atin. To God be all the glory, and thank you so much, Batch 2021, and everyone here today. May God be with and bless us all.
Para ipakilala ang panauhing tagapagsalita, narito ang pangalawang pangulo para sa mga paaralang profesional, si Dr. John Paul C. Vergara.
In Philippine politics, courage is often associated with theatrical rhetoric or strong-arm tactics. This year's commencement speaker, Mayor Vico Soto, is a different kind of Filipino politician because he doesn't resort to such traditional chauvinistic displays of courage. He is authoritative but not imposing, bold but not reckless, firm but not dismissive of diverse or opposing views, determined but not inflexible. His first 2 years as Pasig City Mayor are a testament that this version of courage is not only desirable, it is also feasible. When he ran in the May 2019 elections, very few initially believed that he could defeat a 27-year-old political dynasty or that he could perform a better job at governing Pasig. Mayor Vico was literally a David facing Goliath. And like the proverbial David, he soldiered on with limited campaign resources but armed with youth and courage. From day one in public office, Mayor Vico has been rewriting the rules of Philippine politics. In his first 100 days as new mayor, he put in place a number of policies and programs that Pasig City had never seen before. Mayor Vico had been in office for only 9 months when the COVID-19 pandemic reached our shores. At the time, the entire country was in disarray, but Mayor Vico brought hope to a seemingly hopeless situation. A year into the pandemic, in March of 2021, over 10,000 health workers in Pasig had already been vaccinated. The city has been bestowed a COVID-19 Response Service Award by the Department of Health for its management of the pandemic and delivery of health services, particularly the city's efforts in converting the Pasig City Children's Hospital into a COVID referral facility to increase the city's capacity to manage and treat moderate and severe cases by 211%. Mayor Vico Soto has not only made a name for himself, he has also created a pathway of hope that can be claimed by any Filipino who wants to share in the task of moving this country forward to a future where everyone can truly be free and equal. A future where a Vico Soto is the norm rather than the exception. Students, friends, colleagues, it is my privilege and honor to present to you this year's commencement speaker, Loyola Schools and Professional Schools alumnus, Mayor Victor Maria Regis Nubla Soto.
Isang mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. Please allow me to dispense with the formalities as I address our graduates directly. Sa mga magsisipagtapos to the Ateneo de Manila University Loyola Schools Batch of 2021, congratulations to all of you. Nung natanggap ko ang imbitasyon para maging bahagi ng inyong graduation ceremony, agad-agad akong nagka-flashback sa taong 2011. 10 taon na rin pala ang nakalipas mula nung kami ang nag-graduate. Sa high school covered courts, nakaupo kami ng mga course mates ko sa may bandang gitnang kanan pag nakaharap sa stage. May baon-baon pa akong puzzle book para sa kung sakaling mainip sa programa. At pagdating sa Palatuntunan, naaminin ko sa inyo na halos wala na akong matandaan. Totoo naman kasi na sa mga mahalagang sandali ng ating buhay, mas natatandaan natin ng mga tao, hindi yung mga talumpati, kundi yung mga alaala kasama, mga blockmate, professor, staff na nakasama natin. Kaya hindi kasasama ng loob ko kung pagkalipas ng 10 taon ay nakalimutan nyo na rin ang mga sasabihin ko. Ngunit sigurado ako na hinding-hindi nyo makakalimutan na sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon sa kasaysayan ng ating pamantasan, ang inyong commencement speaker, akala nyo ay formal na nakabarong, pero yun pala, nakasuot lamang ng shorts. Kidding aside, if I am indeed kidding, every graduating batch feels that feeling of uncertainty. What's going to happen next? Even for those who have everything mapped out, we know that the future is never certain. And if we felt that uncertainty back in 2011, I can only begin to imagine what it must be like for your batch. Graduating in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, the economy isn't doing great, many businesses are struggling, we can't even have classes or in-person graduation ceremonies yet. Bukod pa sa mga pagsubok na dulot ng pandaigdigang krisis na ito, nandyan pa rin ang mga hamon at hadlang sa ating ordinaryong buhay. Bilang job seeker, bilang bagong empleyado, bilang magsisimula ng negosyo, bilang magsisimula ng pamilya, at pati na rin bilang isang mamamayan. At higit pa rito, kung minsan o madalas, pag nakikita natin ng mga mas malalalim na problema sa ating lipunan, ay nakapanghihina ng loob. Climate change, poverty, low levels of economic mobility, norms of graft and corruption. Even as we look back at the last 1.5 years, we've seen how this pandemic has exposed a lot about ourselves and the world we live in. It's revealed a lot of the good, volunteerism, the spirit of bayanihan, but often we can't help but feel that it's revealed more of the bad. We've seen how politics has caused deep-seated division amongst us, how corruption is deeply ingrained in our bureaucracies, and we see how these issues have prevented better response in times of crisis. Malinaw na kailangan natin ng mga matitinding pagbabago. Ngunit sa gitna ng lahat ng pagsubok at problema na ito, nananatiling buo ang aking pag-asa. Dahil alam ko na kayo, bilang susunod na henerasyon ng mga leader ng Pilipinas, ang magiging katalista para sa mga mabubuting pagbabago na pinapangarap natin para sa ating bayan. Mula kay Gat Jose Rizal, marami nang naging produktong leader ang Ateneo. Wala akong pagdududa na sa batch 2021 ay napakaraming mahuhusay na mapupunta sa iba't ibang larangan. Ngayon, sa pagpasok nitong bagong kabanata ng inyong buhay, siguro magandang oportunidad ito para tanungin ang inyong mga sarili. Kung magiging leader nga ako, magiging anong klaseng leader kaya ako? Bago tayo sumabak sa karera, pagnilayan muna natin. Ano ba talaga ang importante sa buhay ko? Ano ang importante sa mundong ito? Motto lang ba o isasabuhay ba natin ang pagiging men and women for others? Madaling tingnan yung mga nabanggit nating problema sa lipunan at sisihin ng mga sa kasalukuyang namumuno. Silang nasa poder, di ba? Siguro sila rin ang may kasalanan. Madali rin gumawa ng teorya o analysis. Sa mga kapwa ko political science major, madali para sa atin sabihin ng halimbawa na may korupsyon dahil sa kahinaan ng mga formal at informal na institusyon sa ating demokrasya. Sa isang banda, totoo naman to eh. Alam naman natin yun. And it's only right that we demand accountability from people in power. Ngunit madaling magturo o manisi, ang mas mahirap gawin ay yung tumingin ka sa salamin at sabihin sa sarili mo na, Vico, kasama ka rin sa problema. Simulan natin sa maliit na halimbawa. Sa mga nagmamaneho, pag nahuli tayo ng traffic enforcer, anong una nating naiisip? Bigyan ko na lang kaya ito ng pangmerienda. O magpakilala na lang kaya ako ng kamag-anak kahunigan to. Pakita ko na lang kaya yung tarjeta ni Mayor o ni Konsehal. Mula sa maliit na halimbawang ito, makikita natin na hindi lang sa gobyerno mismo sa mga nasa kapangyarihan ang problema. Mga bagay katulad ng padrino o palakasan system, yung lagayan at marami pang iba ay nakaugat na hindi lang sa gobyerno kundi sa kultura natin mismo. Makikita natin to sa ating pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Bilang mga Atenista, madalas nating kinakanta, down from the hill, down to the world go I. At bilang mga kabataan, sa inyong pagbaba, tiyak na umaalab sa inyong mga puso ang idealismo at ang kagustuhang magpakilala ng mga pagbabago sa ating lipunan. But sooner rather than later, you will be tested. Your character will be tested. Kapag inutusan ka na ng boss mo na suhulan ng isang opisyalis, gagawin mo ba ito? Kapag meron ka ng sariling negosyo, idedeklara mo ba ang totoong income at magbabayad ka ba ng tamang buwis? Kapag may posisyon ka na sa gobyerno, anong gagawin mo kapag may nadiskubre kang lumang kalakaran ng korupsyon sa inyong opisina? Magiging tapat ba tayo sa Diyos at sa ating kapwa sa gitna ng masalimuot na pagsubok? Maninindigan ba tayo kahit na ang ibig sabihin nito ay may magagalit sa ating kaibigan? If we truly aim to be men and women for others, it will never be easy. But the good news is, we should remain in high hopes, foremost looking from a wider perspective. No matter how bad things seem at any given moment, we can look at the trajectory of our history and say that things are indeed getting better. Let's take a look at statistics on education, poverty, and we will see that things have generally gotten better, at least decade by decade, with very few exceptions. And the truth is, historically speaking, whether here or around the world, the biggest changes and the greatest reforms have always been backed, if not initiated, by the youth. This might sound a little bit cliche, but if we want things to improve, there's no one else who's going to do the job but you. The even better news is that your generation has a unique opportunity and place in history because, and this is why my hope remains high, no generation in history has had the tools to succeed and to effect change that you have at your disposal today. Your generation has the potential to make changes faster than any generation has done before. At the palm of your hands, you have nearly instant access to more information than Albert Einstein could have possibly seen in his lifetime. You're more exposed to different perspectives and viewpoints and philosophies from all around the world compared to Martin Luther King, Winston Churchill, or other great leaders of the past. The organization building that took Andres Bonifacio and our national heroes months or even years to do can now be possible in unbelievably short periods of time. Communication is instantaneous. Networking is limitless. You have the opportunity to do things differently, to disrupt industries, create new business models, to challenge norms, to simply do things in a different and hopefully better way. And so, as you take on new responsibilities and roles of leadership, as you take your idealism and head down from the hill, I urge you to dream audaciously and act courageously. Dream audaciously and act courageously for yourself, your family, for the communities to which you belong to, and for our country. But I have a feeling that the vast majority of you will have no problem with being bold. Likas sa inyong henerasyon ng pagiging matapang. Thus, I also urge all of you that as you dream audaciously and act courageously, may you never also forget the importance of respect and of listening to our neighbors. Sapagkat ang nasabing potensyal at teknolohiya ay may kaakibat ding panganib. Sa paggamit natin ng social media, Facebook, Twitter, kung hindi tayo nag-iingat, hindi natin namamalayan, yun pala, na-stuck na tayo sa isang echo chamber kung saan wala na tayong nakikitang ibang perspektibo. Pati yung pagkonsumo natin ng news at opinion, nababasa na lang pala natin na yung mga nagre-reinforce lang sa mga inclinasyon na rin natin. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas nangyayari, pero dulot nito, na pagsasamantalahan tayo ng mga tao at grupo na may makasariling agenda. Nasasaksihan natin kung paano na-weaponize ang social media. Nawawala ang maayos na diskurso at ang mga espasyo para sa pakikipagtalastasan. Sa politika, pabor ito sa mga gutom sa kapangyarihan. Pabor ito sa may tendency na mamuno na authoritarian, populist o diktador. Imbis na mapalapit tayo sa isa't isa. Dahil sa mas pinabilis na komunikasyon, lumalalim ang hidwaan sa ating lipunan. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to be neutral. We shouldn't be. We should always act and speak in accordance with our values and beliefs. Ngunit wika ni Haring Solomon, may takdang panahon para sa lahat. May panahon ng pagpunit at panahon ng pagtahi. May panahon ng pagtahimik at panahon ng pagsasalita. A time for everything. And the time to fight will never come before a time to listen. So I strongly urge all of you, at alam ko mahirap gawin to. Ang hirap para sa akin, ako mismo nahihirapan gawin to. But we have to seek out the opinions of others. Let's talk to people with different perspectives. From time to time, let's make an effort to listen to people from outside our echo chamber. If you think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time, talk to someone who likes Michael Jordan, and vice versa. A little less trivial, if you have a friend who is an anti-vaxxer, politely engage him and her and show them good reputable sources as to why vaccines are safe and effective. If you are pro-Duterte, talk to someone who is anti-Duterte. If you are anti-Duterte, talk to someone who is a diehard supporter. And even if you don't reach an agreement, remain friends after that. Walang mangyayari sa atin kung masyado tayong ma-pride, kung puro block agad, unfriend ka agad. Kung pagtatawanan natin, umumurahin na natin kagad porkit magkaiba tayo ng pananaw sa buhay. It's not that easy to strike the balance between fighting for what you believe in and for showing respect and not being stuck in your own echo chamber. And reality is the whole world is still trying to figure things out. The changes, both positive and negative, that we're experiencing are happening at such an exponential rate. And to add to that, we are still in the middle of a pandemic. Gayunpaman, nananatiling mataas ang aking pag-asa at buong puso akong naniniwala na kung meron mang grupo ng mga tao na kakayahin ang hamon ng mga panahong ito, kayo yun. You have the abilities. You have the ability to be able to be audacious in your dreams and visions and to courageously jump out of your comfort zones, to adapt quickly as the situation demands and to figure things out on the go. All while pushing for the right changes that we so badly need and want to see in our country and the world today. Batch 2021, buong buo ang tiwala namin sa inyo. As the next leaders of our country, I know that you will be at the forefront of massive breakthroughs and triumphs in strengthening the rule of law, in breaking down decades-old practices of injustice, and ultimately ushering in a more prosperous, just, and inclusive society. And all at a pace much faster than what previous generations thought would be possible. I hope that you don't see this as a burden, but as a unique opportunity that you cannot pass up. Surely, the Atenean education and the values that have been instilled in you during your time in Ateneo, whether at the Loyola Heights or through the Zoom University Annex, will help you. The times ahead will be challenging, daunting. We will never really be 100% ready for life's challenges. But the right time to take risks, to be more active in the community, to participate in governance, to be aggressive in pushing for the changes that we want to see, to try to do things in a way that other people might have thought before was crazy or impossible. The time is now. Your time is now. At gaya nga ng sabi ni Padre Ferriols, lundagin mo, baby. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. As you enter into this new chapter of your lives, may God continue to bless and guide you every step of the way. Maraming salamat at muli ang aking malugod na pagbati sa Loyola Schools Batch of 2021.
Para maghandog ng pasasalamat sa ating panauhing tagapagsalita, narito ang Pangulo ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila, Padre Roberto C. Yap ng Kapisanan ni Jesus.
Bilang pasasalamat at pagkilala sa ating panauhing tagapagsalita na si Victor Maria Regis N. Soto, Mayor ng Lungsod ng Pasig, ipinadala sa kanya bilang handog ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila sa ngalan ng mga Paaralang Loyola at ng mga nagtapos ang isang replika ng munting libulto ng banal na puso ni Jesus na lililok ng pambansang bayani na si Dr. Jose Rizal sa kahoy na batikuling nung siya ay mag-aaral pa sa Ateneo de Municipal. Sa kahoy na batikuling din nilikha ni Salvador Angelos M. Bustinera, isang manlililok ng Antipolo, ang replika na ito. Ang orihinal na munting libulto na inukit ni Dr. Jose Rizal gamit ang isang pantasa ng pluma ay nananatiling nakalagak sa silid ng University Archives.
Sa taong Pampaaralan 2020 hanggang 2021, ginawaran ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila ang mga sumusunod ng honorary degree at Traditional University Awards. Antonio T. Carpio, honorary degree. Hector L. Hufilenia, Lux in Domino. Father Heinrich Kolyuke, SVD, Bukas Palad. Ruel Z. Cagape, Ozanam. Remedios I. Ricken, Lingkod Sambayanan. Feliz P. Santa Maria, Tanglaw ng Lahi. Sa taong ito, may kabuuang 1,728 kandidato ang magtatapos. Kabilang dito ngayong araw ang 224 na Bachelor of Arts at Bachelor of Fine Arts sa Paaralan ng Humanidades.
Ihaharap ngayon sa Pangulo ng Pamantasan ang mga kandidato sa pagtatapos. Pamumunuan ito ni Dr. Jonathan O. Chua, Dekano ng Paaralan ng Humanidades.
Kagalang-galang na Padre Pangulo, karangalan kong iharap sa inyo ang mga kandidato para sa mga titulong akademiko. Sapagkat natupad ng mga kandidato ang lahat ng pangangailangan para sa kanilang kurso, hinihiling namin na tanggapin ninyo sila at igawad ang kanilang mga titulo.
Sa bisa ng kapangyarihang ipinagkaloob sa akin ng Republika ng Pilipinas bilang Pangulo ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila, tinatanggap ko ang mga kandidato at ipinagkakaloob sa kanila ang nasabing mga titulo at lahat ng karapatan at pribilehiyong kaakibat nito.
Isa-isa ngayong babanggitin ang mga pangalan ng mga nagsipagtapos. Bachelor of Arts in Humanities, Margarita Sotera B. Santos, Program Award Cum Laude. Hannah R. Bayona. Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies, Harley Reginald B. Nufable, Program Award Cum Laude. Chloe Ann N. Reyes, Honorable Mention. Jeremy Jasper D. Acosta. Maria Briana Alexandria D. Aguas. Isid Victor S. Alnog. Andrea Nicole M. Amistad. Brian Jason I. Andrade. Paula Dania U. Arespa Cochaga. Samantha Cerise P. Arnaldo. Claudette T. Artificio. Antoinette Mosel Siayo. Kylie Trish G. Balinasay. Cleo Myri F. Bantaaw. Miguel Carlo D. Barlisan. Hezekiah C. Bautista. Julia Patricia C. Belleza. Miguel Alfredo V. Bengzon. Elise D. Buenaventura. Musha Sofia C. Kahukom. Zeina Christine B. Canlas. Johan Timothy Y. Chan. Michaela Joa S. Ching. Zoe Gabriel T. Chu. Alina Denise T. Cordova. Isabella Colleen J. Corleto. Madeline Georgia Y. Cotoco. Sandra Rafael A. Cruz. Kyra Cerise P. Dalizo. Jose Julian T. Dairit IV. Carlos S. de la Fuente. Francisco Antonio F. de Leon. Maria Camille Alessandra J. de Luna. Jamila M. Delfin. Kim Lourdes E. Donato. Jericho Darren Du. Angela Maria Luis A. Dumlao. Sydney Alexandrin D. Eliasar. Rocio Isabel M. Espiritu. Francis S. Fernandez, Jose Emilio O. Ferrer, Juan Diego M. Francisco, Aniel Inigo D. Fulgencio, Isabel Christine Y. Galvez, Alexandra Nadine V. Gonzalez, Alexandra Julian O. Jonas, Mark Wilson D. Lam, Daniel Jaime S. Laurel, Maria Paz Ingrid Alicia S. Laurel, Bea Christine S. Legata, Luke Anthony D. Licas, Clarice Andrea P. Lim, Samuel Jonathan R. Lim, Miguel A. Lucban, Bianca Denise C. Macarulay, Maria Beatriz M. Madlambayan, Michaela Lian L. Martinez, Jose Lorenzo B. Mendoza, Aleish Agatha R. Moreno, Eliza Maxine B. Natindim, William Raniel B. Navarro, Robert Frederick Ivan L. Ngo, Sean Irvin P. Ocrisma, Cade Patrick Kaylan N. Ong, Mark Joaquin C. Opulencia, Martin Fidel C. Orendain, Rafael Antonio D. Ortile, Sheila May S. Pating, Michael Agustin J. Plana, Joaquin Antonio A. Quiros, Maria Rafaela Luis B. Ramirez, Angela Luis G. Ramos, Maria Alisa Gabriel S. Ramos, Virgil O. Ramos, Aisley Nicole A. Recato D, Hannah Marcel Q. Reyes, Juan Diego Martin C. Rojas, Miguel Joaquin Roque, Jamie Luz S. San Juan, Enrique Paulo Y. Santiago, Joaquin Alfonso P. Santiago, Matt Frederick E. C., John Alexandra R.C. Kenshin C.C. Shen D. Santa Maria. Miguel Antonio G. Uy. Maria Beatriz Isobel C. Velasco. Rafael Lorenzo S. Verano. Jose Lorenzo A. Villacorta. Jawan D. White. Marco Luis S. Yang. Bachelor of Arts in Literature English. Michaela Adrian C. Regis, Mulry Award, Program Award. Zofia Lynn R. Agama. Maria Gabriel J. Ang. Sofia Isabel I. Pernedo. Kenneth John Tristan R. Chan. Rafael Patrick C. de la Cruz. Hannah May T. Liaño. Miguel Antonio F. Manigo. Katrina Isabella M. Ocampo. Patricia Clarice A. Sarmiento. Bachelor of Arts in Literature Filipino. Iva Melissa G. Magsalim. Maria Isabel D. Santiago. Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. Yan Ira B. Malsi, cum laude. Renier Rufo E. Abreu. Gio Theodore D. Apostol. Angelo Luis D. Empleo. Nicolo Emmanuel D. Fernandez. Alejandro Rafael C. Guzman. Francine May P. Mamba. Patricia Bianca T. Narbasa. Jose Arturo A. Po. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art Management. Claire Bianca T. Tantoco, Program Award cum laude. Natalia Rio E. Soriano, Honorable Mention. Ed Seynan C. Agay. Clarissa Marie Z. Borja. Kensuke Kitamura. Jose Rafael Q. Mendiola. Jose Victor M. Tejada. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. Pilar Augusta Andrea H. Gonzalez, Program Award Magna Cum Laude. Andrea Grace B. Enriquez, Cum Laude. Nina Lian M. Romero, cum laude. Patrick Raven P. De La Cruz, honorable mention. Shelby Ann O. Parlade, honorable mention. Carl Matthew D. Rodriguez, honorable mention. Patricia Isabel G. Almanzan. Rovi Franz R. Alvarez. Paulo S. Albiar. Genevieve P. Balaong. Gabriel Marie V. Bohol. Seth Fernando N. Cabanban. Conrad Bryce O. Chan. Nina Gabriel J. Collado. Diana Rain B. Cuevas. Juan Lorenzo L. Delfin. Samantha Marie Justine P. Garcia. Emilio Antonio B. Gubalya. Joash Adriel M. Guevara. Micah Avery R. Biao. Jose Lorenzo P. Henson. Monina Margarita T. Ladaw. Ana Martina R. Nevada. Val Jerome R. Ramirez. Sofia Petrice L. Recto. James Andrew E. Recio Cruz. Satya von Cyrano Ciriel. Christine Abigaile Y. Santos. Monica Kathleen L. Tabuhara. Ashriel David A. Vidal. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Information Design. Rafa Micael D. Villon, Program Award cum laude. Marvin James O. Medios, magna cum laude. James Elijah H. Yap, magna cum laude. John Gabriel C. Agkawili, cum laude. Justine Dior Y. Choi, cum laude. Praise T. Lam, cum laude. Charlene R. Tan, cum laude. Ana Gabriel B. Agbayani, honorable mention. Zayan Alisa Agustin, honorable mention. Sarah Yi Wang S. Chong, honorable mention. Jamil Blaine P. Chua Ching, honorable mention. Dana Patricia S. Daffon, honorable mention. Maria Ciara G. Escay, honorable mention. Jerry May P. Gonzalez, honorable mention. Andrea Sofia Rebecca Argranda, Honorable Mention. Lance Michael C. Lagamayo, Honorable Mention. Kirsten D. Liu, Honorable Mention. Jessica Claire S. Ong, Honorable Mention. Yan Jeffrey S. Oreta, Honorable Mention. Catherine Marie G. Segi, Honorable Mention. Tricia Nicole D. Uy, Honorable Mention. Gian Jose Rafael H. Afable. Erin Noel D. Ambulo. Miguel Leon Luis P. Awid. Justine R. Belasa. Maria Teresa G. Bernardo. Lance Noli B. Bruzo. Julia Isobel S. Carpio. Sean Ezric P. Chan. Bernice Y. Chong. Ryan Kennard O. Chwayap. James T. Coniconde. Joella Jeva Ardevera. Darius Star T. de la Cruz. Diane Angelica B. de la Cruz. Nika S. Diaz. Samuel William Wellison T. Everingham. Joseph S. Gabine Jr. Jaime Miguel B. Gozar. Kaya Martina S. Katigbak. Rafaela Diandra M. Lee. Janela Ira S. Malasi. Julia Daniel E. Montesa. Ariana Regina S. Morales. Nico Miguel L. Nepomuceno. Alberto S. Nicomedes. Chumason Celestine M. Enjiga. Maria Andrea G. Padilla. China Bianca S. Palanas. Margaret Louise T. Pascual. Carl Allen A. Pepanio. Maria Tricia Ann S. Pimentel. Regine Iris L. Salumbre. Joshua P. Taleon. Beatrice Charlene T. Tanseco. Bianca Kristen Y. Tiu. Rob Nathan M. Tuason. Kim Ivan Umpad. Timothy P. Uson. Kristen May Q. Uy. Stephanie Millen A. Virel. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Arts, Carl Tristan V. Ahoro. Paulo S. Albiar. Maria Briana B. Bunagan. Zoe C. De Ocampo. Francesca Lois C. de la Cruz. Isaac Gabriel A. Dumayas. Irvin Christopher J. Estioco. Austin Kirsten M. Gonzalez. Rafaela Diandra M. Lee. Kyra Daniel M. Soriano. Panoorin natin ngayon ang isang espesyal na paghahandog na inihanda ng inyong mga guro.
I wish you luck as you go down from the hill and find your place in the world.
May you never lose sight of the essential because we become what we love. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving them.
I wish you good luck. I wish for you a meaningful life, and I hope you can participate in making a more just and inclusive world. Sometimes the cliches make a whole lot of sense.
May you continue to have the enthusiasm for learning and self-discovery, because it is in learning that we become closest to the person that we wish to be.
May you find time every day for the sacred space within you to remind yourself about what truly matters.
May you be kind and wise.
May you face this time with hope and imagination. A new world is being born, and every move you make must assist in its birth. Be brave, be wise, and have faith that someone greater than you has elected you to this task.
I wish you joy. May you wake up many mornings filled with gratitude and love for your life.
May you always choose to be kind, even in the most difficult or painful situations.
May you always have the wisdom, the compassion, and the sense of humor to surprise yourself and to inspire the world.
This might have not been the ending that we hoped for, but take comfort that there's so much more life to live and hopefully better things to come. I miss you, I love you, and I remain your friend.
May you continue to be a blessing to others and be more open to learning from other people. Keep your head up. Congratulations and mabuhay.
Dear graduates, congratulations on this great milestone in your lives. It has been a great honor and privilege to be able to serve you and assist you in your development and growth. Our current situation is far from ideal, thus I admire the strength and perseverance you showed to get to where you are now. Life may continue to be far from ideal, and so I hope the years you spent in Ateneo prepared you to respond well to the needs and challenges you will continue to face in the future. This is PJ Strebel, sending you warm regards and wishing you the best that life can offer. Congratulations and enjoy life.
Pagbating malugod sa inyong pagtatapos. Sumapit na rin sa wakas ang panahon ng inyong paglipad. Umilan lang kayo sa langit ng inyong mga pangarap nang nananatiling sa lupay nakatapak. At hari nawang laging mataimtim na mapangatawanan ninyo ang pagiging magaling na graduate ng Ateneo, magiting na Filipino, at higit sa lahat, mabuting tao. Muli, pagbating maluwalhati.
Congratulations, dear students! Celebrate your remarkable achievement. Many challenges were thrown your way and you hurdled them all and completed this journey. We are rooting for you. We believe in you. Wherever you go from here, proceed with passion. May you chase your bliss and be the change you seek in the world. Till we see each other again, Godspeed and good luck.
Mamumunuan ngayon ni Ginoong Gilbert Hernani A. Carino, Pangulo ng Ateneo Alumni Association, ang panunumpa ng mga nagtapos.
Mga nagtapos, itaas ang kanang kamay at sumunod sa panunumpa. Sa araw na ito ng aming pagtatapos, sa piling ng aming mga magulang, kamag-anak at mga kaibigan, sa piling ng aming mga kamag-aral, guro at tagapangasiwa ng pamantasan, sa piling ng mga alumni at bilang alumni ng Ateneo na nakatalagang maging lux in domino, liwanag sa Panginoon, sumusumpa kaming maging tao para sa kapwa at hayaang magningning ang aming liwanag sa lahat. Sumusumpa kaming maglingkod sa aming kapwa, lalo na sa mga nagdarahop ang katawan at kaluluwa. Sumusumpa kami na maging bukas palad sa mga handog ng isip at katawan na dulot ng Diyos sa amin, sa pagmamahal ng aming pamilya, kapwa-tao, bayan, at ng aming Diyos. Panginoon, turuan mo kaming maging bukas palad. Ibaba ang inyong mga kamay, binabati ko kayong lahat.
Mga kaibigan, ang Pangulo ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila.
Good day, class of 2021. The last time we saw each other was during the Pabaon last June. Since then, you've all begun your post-college lives, or what many in your generation call adulting, looking and hopefully finding jobs, being responsible for your own bills and expenses, starting your own families, maybe going back to school for some of you to pursue further studies, or even taking a step back and evaluating all options before you. Like what I told you during the Pabaon, I hope that your college journey has transformed you for the better. A better citizen, a better friend, a better daughter or son, a better person. I fervently pray that each of you will make a positive difference in our world. Today, permit me to share 3 beautiful insights from Pope Francis' Laudato Si, his landmark encyclical on caring for creation as my pabaon for you as you formally graduate. First, appreciate that everything in the world is connected. Second, foster a spirit of generous care full of tenderness. Third, show gratitude, a recognition that the world is God's loving gift. My dear friends, go by the wisdom of Laudato Si, connectedness, tenderness, gratefulness. Connectedness. Everything is connected, everything. Pope Francis exhorts us, because all creatures are connected, each must be cherished with love and respect, for all of us as living creatures are dependent on one another. May we recognize ourselves as sisters and brothers, because we are children of God, one another's keepers, everyone in the same boat, as this pandemic has made even more evident. Dear Ateneo graduates, find someone whom you can truly connect with. Find someone to love. Find a soulmate who will journey with you through sorrows and joys. Find a partner in life to whom you can give solace and support, and from whom you can receive comfort and consolation. Nurture well the children that God will gift you. But do not limit your connectedness to an exclusive someone. Find the many others whom you can serve with love. Find the so many who need your service. Help your neighborhood and your community. Love your church and your country. Serve especially the poor and the powerless. Tenderness. Lolo Kiko teaches that a sense of deep communion with the rest of nature cannot be real if our hearts lack tenderness, compassion, and concern for our fellow human beings. The Holy Father extols San Jose as a person who shows great tenderness, which is not a mark of the weak, but of those who are genuinely strong, fully aware of reality, and ready to love and serve in humility. Dear graduates of the Ateneo, may your dealings with others be characterized with warmth and kindness. May you relate tenderly with every human person as an image of God, a child of God, like another self, especially the poor and the downtrodden. May you touch God's creation with respect, with reverence, even with awe, as a gift of God, not to be clutched possessively, but shared generously. May your compassionate concern for others reflect the tenderness of God. Gratefulness. Pope Francis emphasizes that we must give thanks to God always. Each moment of blessing reminds us of our dependence on God for life. It strengthens our feeling of gratitude for the gifts of creation. My fellow Ateneans, entrust yourselves gratefully to God's providence. Trust the plans of our good and loving God, even if His ways sometimes seem inscrutable or incomprehensible. Dream dreams so you'll always have a reason to get out of bed eagerly every morning. Do things that will give others a future to look forward to. Do what you can so those you serve can face tomorrow with renewed hope. Live simply and sustainably so you can help pass on the beauty and bounty of God's creation to your children and your children's children. May the spirit of gratitude inspire your life. Through your life lived gratefully, may God show to others His mercy and compassion. My good friends, always remember the splendid advice of Pope Francis. Nurture connectedness, relate tenderly, always be grateful. I hope this pabaon will nourish your journey as you leave the portals of the Ateneo and begin a new chapter in your life. Before we part, please allow your university president to give you a final blessing. My dear Loyola School graduates of 2021, please rise and please bow and pray for God's blessing. God be in your head and in your understanding. God be in your eyes and in your looking. God be in your mouth and in your speaking. God be in your heart and in your thinking. God be at your end and at your departing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He look upon you with kindness and give you His peace. Amen. Amen. Mabuhay, Ateneo Class of 2021. Mabuhay. Congratulations.
Tatapusin ngayon ang palatuntunan sa pamamagitan ng awit ng pamantasan na Song for Mary.